welcome everybody. Looks like we already got quite a few in here. So first of all, let's check if you guys can see and hear me as usual. And then we'll take a look, see what we got in the chat, and start talking about some stuff. Let's see. Usually we don't have any problems with video and audio, but you never know. Got 46 in here right now. Numbers picking up. Hopefully you guys can hear me. All right. Nobody reporting in on anything yet, but looks like we got Mr. Ron Bergeron. Might have messed that one up. Got Helping Man, Louis Diaz, Bob Bazzoli from Delaware. What's up, brother? Mr. Tom Brewer, Quality Maximus. What's up, man? Nice to see you. Roadkit saying 5x5. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Got Joe Robb from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for watching. Got Robert Cochran. I might be messing that up. Light Speed. What's up? William Gittins from Georgia. Just left Georgia. Fort Stewart, was there for 3 weeks. Don't really want to go back. Mr. Stefan Onderman. Harry Grubbs from Houston, Texas. Lance Kirkland. Scope Bite Outdoors. What's up, brother? Just ordered a 457 MTR and an MDT XRS. Any advice on what I'm going to try? Yeah, I mean, try everything. But, you know, obviously probably going to stick with SK, Ely, Lapua, the higher end brands to get the most out of that 457. Mr. Roger Rose, what's going on, brother? Light 'em Up Outdoors. Mr. Redneck Rimfire, what's going on, dude? Nice to see you. David Uberti, what's up, man? Let's see. CNC Tactical. Mr. Clay Kennedy, what's going on? Let's see. Got Patrick Allen from Myrtle Beach, right around the corner. Mike McAllister, what's up, brother? Broski from St. Louis, Missouri. My Missouri peeps are already coming in. And Cappy Case from Nebraska. Actually caught that up really quick. So obviously the video today was about ammo prices being absolutely ridiculous. Also, a couple of things I want to talk about with some new stuff we have coming to the channel real soon. I'm sure you guys are already kind of anticipating that. Got some other stuff, thinking about hosting a match that's maybe be pretty interesting. Get your guys' take on it. But of course, we're going to answer as many questions as we can, if not all the questions. Let's see. We got L3I in the house, making impact. I spy high with my little eye. Yep. Let's see. And yeah, Joe's right. We definitely can't. And, you know, the video this morning wasn't really about complaining about it so much. Like, there's not much we can do. It's the economy. It's XYZ. More so just about, you know, what it's going to do, what it's going to affect in the sport. So, but yeah, no, I appreciate you popping in. We got Checkmate TSO. What's up, brother? To Geep 3 Pacific Northwest. What's up? Got Stan Lagoon. Maybe I'm probably butchering most of the night. I'm not feeling it. Usually I'm on a roll. Mr. Dan Pope. What's up, brother? Got Walter Guthrow. Yeah, Redneck, we had on our Patreon, we had a monthly competition this month's competition, actually, and it was with CCS Standard Velocity. And yeah, results were interesting to say the least. We got Mr. RL. What's up, brother? James Thurl, what's going on? Tom Wyman, what's up? Hit me with the intimacy already. I think it's when I get a close shaved beard after. That's what really brings Tom Wyman around. He's into the young man look. We got Mr. Tim Rink from Southern Indiana. What's up, brother? Nice. Yeah, so you got your Vision chassis. Yeah, I love the Vision chassis. There's so many really good options now. It's crazy. Like, we are so spoiled with accessories like chassis, you know, electronics, optics. I mean, it's crazy. It's really easy time to be in the precision rifle. DJ2, what's up, brother? Redneck Preppy from Soviet Kanukistan. Jonathan Wren, what's up, brother? Ryan Wright from Georgia. We got Mr. Rick Lohr. He's the freaking best dude in the Patreon. I'm a little biased because he's wearing my shirt and he's really cool. Justin Farmer, Keith Kirkland. Yeah, man. It's been a long 3 weeks, so 3.5 weeks. So yeah, I'm definitely glad to be back. Mr. Brad R in the house. Cody Beach, have you had a chance to shoot the authorized Stinger? No, I have not. I think they're prepping to send those out, but yeah, I mean, that'll be one of those deals where I get that in and I basically start filming right away because it's going to be, it's not like it's a new action, but it's not like it's got, it's 180 degrees from everything out there. So it's definitely going to be one of those reviews where I get it in and start recording my first shots all the way through, kind of some use. So you guys will see it basically as soon as I get it. I got it right. I am on a roll. Mr. Dan Pope, 10X is through the roof. Yeah. If 10X is through the roof, then Midas Plus and Lapua Exact are in the atmosphere because it's crazy. Off Center Custom, what's up, man? Nice having you on here. And yeah, you're right. Appreciate you. I got all that stuff. I'm just getting my feet back wet here, start my work routine, and I'm actually going to probably shoot you a text and make sure I do this thing the right way. Yeah, Mr. Wow Guy, what's up, brother? Columbia Mountain Kennels, howdy from Montana. Nice to see you, Brand. Let's see. Joseph Snyder. Scope Bite Outdoors. Thoughts about a Timney trigger? Would it do better to spend money on ammo? New to the sport. I mean, triggers are, you can shoot any trigger, learn to shoot any trigger when you're talking positionally and you're getting the gun very unstable. Then a better, cleaner breaking, lighter, pound trigger is going to help you a lot, as far as it's going to disguise some of the input. You're not going to really have to put a lot of input to set the gun off. So it does help, especially with positional shooting off the bench. It's not as big of an impact, but it definitely still helps. Thoughts on the newer Mod X models with Curtis parts? Now, I like them with the Curtis extractors. I actually think it's a really good setup. As you guys know, I have a Mod X Rim-X and the DPG Rim-X, and both of them basically are without fault. So, yeah, pick your favorite gunsmith. They're both really good additions or remakes of that. Get rid of that fixed extractor and definitely opens it up for a lot of different build options too. I won't get too geeky with the gunsmithing aspect, but fixed extractors will limit what you can do in terms of headspace because you have a fixed extractor. When you have extractors with extractor cuts in the barrel, the gunsmith has more freedom to set the headspace how they want to. So with a traditional Rim-X or any fixed extractor on a rimfire bolt, you're going to be limited on what you can do. So you're kind of stuck with whatever that's set at. You can only go so close to the barrel with that extractor, if that makes sense. Let's see. Mr. Cubicle Samurai. Just got my first 22 Ruger 1022 carbon fiber. Haven't looked in precision ammo yet. Really just got it because I wanted a fun, cheap gun to shoot as far as ammo goes. Yeah. And so a carbon fiber barrel on a Ruger 1022 is not necessarily a key player in precision rimfire. I would probably not spend more than CCI standard velocity or something like that. I'm not saying you couldn't have a really good shooting gun, but the chances of it shooting half MOA are stacked against you. So, enjoy that gun for what it is. Don't spend a lot of money trying to redesign it, because what you'll end up doing, and ask me how I know, there's a couple semi-autos there, you're going to probably replace most of, if not all, the rifle. So I would say shoot that, have the fun with that you want to have. If you decide you want more later, then go to a CZ457, a Tikka T1X. Those rifles are just, inherently going to be more accurate, and, put the better ammo in those. Let's see. Looking for a 10X find a shields. Mr. Helpman, too many scopes. Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I get so many questions about like people, what scope should I buy? And it's a hugely open-ended question, because a lot of times the scopes, you get what you pay for. So, really, pick a budget, pick a set of features, and you'll find, a bunch of scopes within that, and then just kind of pick one, because most of them are really, really good. Mr. Seth Garner, actually going to hit you up after this. Kind of a little segue into, I'm going to host a match. I'm probably going to try and host it. I don't know. I'd like to say end of September, but I need to talk to Seth. I need to talk to the range. All this talk about ammo, I think what I'm going to do is host a PRS rimfire match, and I'm going to provide the ammo. So what I'm thinking is we start off with a 1 hour kind of morning period, 1 to 2 hours. We'll limit the stages to 6 to 8 to not make it an incredibly long day. But I'll have basically like truing targets up. You can come, I'll give you your ammo. You'll have basically 50 rounds to zero, and shoot out to distance and kind of build yourself a dope chart. The targets will only be out to 130, 150 yards max. So you'll be able to easily get your dope figured out. But then everybody's shooting the same ammo. It's either going to be CCI standard velocity or SK standard plus. So the targets will be appropriate for that, but I want to take it grassroots. So a gun, a bag, no rear tripod, no 3 bags. If you got a Octopole Skypod that costs you $1,800, well, it's not going to help you. You're going to be shooting off rickety, crappy props and things. And so I think it's going to be fun. Hopefully you guys will chime in down below what you guys think. Obviously, I'm not saying like, expecting everybody here to show up to that. I'm not a crazy person, but just something I want to do and want to get your guys' take on it. Anyway, going further down the list. The Stinger, he's building it right now. My man. All right, so might see that next weekend. I do have a match Saturday, a DMR match, but depending on how long it takes to build it. So maybe not next weekend, but we'll see. Wondering the same thing about Timney trigger. I like Timney. Timney, I've been besting with Timney since I got into precision rimfire. For the CZs, I've got a ton of Timney triggers. I've never had one go down, and they're definitely, you can't go wrong with them. It's an American company. They hire a lot of people. They're good people. Really can't think of a reason not to buy one. Now, are there more expensive triggers that are going to outperform it slightly? Sure. But, it's more than what you need. Like, you could go win any match in the world with a Timney trigger. It's not going to be the problem. Let's see. Mr. Tom Brewer, Josh, do you use the Ely extractor in your Rimexes? I had used both in the head. I didn't have problems with either, but I did start using the Ely extractor since I pretty much primarily shoot Ely, and didn't have any problems with it, but I didn't have problems with the original one either. But now I do have a original bolt head with the Ely extractor in it now, but both of my Rimexes are modified. One by Modicam Custom Rifles, the other by Desert Precision Gunworks. 2 new actions. No, we got more than that coming. Not me, but to the industry. So we got Elemental Industries, which is Ian. Hopefully I'm going to be able to test that. You got Kenny, Desert Precision Gunwork. You got L3I coming out with the Stinger. There's more than that too. I can't even really, not sure what I can and can't say, so I'm just not going to say anything. But there's more than those 3 too. Captain Texas, what's up, brother? I'm going to guess you were from Texas. We got Better Late Than Never. Hello from Northeast. Is that Montana or Missouri? I'm terrible with the state abbreviations. Don't kill me. Sorry. Mr. Ryan Jones, we're here in Maine waiting for a rematch. Long going. That's coming too. I didn't forget about that. Probably end of October is what I'm thinking. I'm going to the Gap Grind in Tennessee. First weekend in October. I need to get with them. I'm going to go tomorrow and shoot a little prep for Centerfire DMR match I have Saturday, but I'm going to talk to them when I'm there. Hopefully they're the right guys around. I can get some dates hammered out. Line them up outdoors. Got my first little this week playing around with headspace, looking like 42 is working the best with SK. Yeah. And good thing is with a little G, you can play with that. I typically run 41, 42 thousandths. I would say 42 thousandths is good for, a lot. Lapua 41 is kind of leaning more towards Ely, and you may get some tighter bolt closes on Lapua or SK. Mr. Joseph Snyder, yeah, availability cost 22 is 2 New Shear's been working rimfire, debating 20 PCP on pros cons. Shearability has been a big issue. Yeah, PCP is a really high entry fee. But yeah, there's pros and cons, obviously. Mr. Brian C. got a Voodoo build from DI in the works, ZCO 527 or Mark 5 for half the price. If you can afford the Zico, buy the Zico. You know, it's not a scope where you're going to be like, dang, man, this thing sucks for the money. It's, of course, good. But yeah, can you get a Mark 5 and do just as good? Sure. But, you know, if you can swing it, you know, go ahead. You know, that Zico is a really awesome scope. One day I will get one. It's not going to be today, but let's see. Complete season coming for me. I turn thing a switch from 10x to SK rifle match, SK long range match. So great result both TK and shoots. There you go. Yeah, save yourself some money. Let's see. Have you ever tried a 30-yard zero where down and distance is always up? Why is not? Why is fit? Well, I can tell you for PRS or NRL, when you go to do a zero check at ranges, like when you go there, if you can, it's going to be at 50 yards. So if you're zeroed at 30, yeah, you can go off of your dope and figure it out, but it's pretty much just universal. And typically, like, you will see some targets closer, say at like 30 yards, but it's like a tenth or less. Typically 50 yards is kind of where you're going to see them. So it's just kind of universally the best way. And 50 yards seems to be that max distance of, like, environmentals don't really screw with it a lot. So when you're testing at 50 and you're shooting and zeroing, you're getting like a good idea of what's going on and not having to worry about, you know, 1 to 2 mile an hour wind messing with that. Mr. Mark Lechouet, what's up, man? Thank you. Let's see. Let's see here. If you go semi-auto, then go kids. Super great. Yeah, that ain't bad advice. New 457 Timney will not just below 16 ounces. It shouldn't. I would hit up Timney. It should definitely be below 16 ounces for sure, like way below. So they may have you try a few things of, like, basically like making a few adjustments. Sometimes you can get, there's 2 adjustments, and sometimes you can go to the extreme on one end or the other, and it kind of puts the trigger in a bind. So that's a possibility, but that doesn't sound right. Sounds like maybe something going on. Looking for a CZ pre-fit. Any recommendations? Pre-fit's probably the best one. Modicam pre-fit. I'm not sure that they're taking orders right now. The Lilja, the L3i, I can recommend both of those. Really just pick a company that you want to mess with, and yeah, you'll be good to go. Let's see. Appreciate your CRB review. Would you spend your own money on one? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had any issues, so sure. Yeah, Vortex, I would say the Gen 3. Like I said, I think you guys probably saw that video. I've been a Vortex hater, you know, quote unquote. But that Gen 3 is a really awesome scope. Really, really, really good. Have we heard anything? Well, they did put a couple of posts on Instagram where the Voodoo said that, hey, we're back. We're going to honor everything. Now, I did see people in that comment section saying, hey, like, I've got to pay medical bills, and, like, I keep asking you guys for a refund. And I see that Voodoo, at least from what I saw, being 1 to 2 days old, didn't reply to that guy, but they are saying they're going to honor all their builds. You know, so if they're going to honor that, they're probably really, really far behind. Even if they are getting everything spun back up. Avoid the 25th, 27th if you can, PRS Nationals. Yeah, definitely. Well, actually, maybe I won't avoid it, because maybe I don't want Clay Kennedy coming to my match. Not just kidding. Yeah, I will definitely avoid the major matches if I can, for sure. Mr. Burn It Down Barney, what's up, man? It's been too long since I've shot with you. I've seen you, but I haven't shot a lot of PRS rimfire matches, to be honest with you. I've seen you out there. I've seen you in, you know, the scores and results out there. But yeah, we need to. Hopefully, we'll see each other soon again at a match, be able to catch up. Let's see. Oh boy, the match would be at Franklinville, North Carolina. So right outside of Greensboro, North Carolina. unless I could arrange another. There's another club that I'm thinking about, but that club in particular, basically, it would be on a Sunday. I got free reign on Sundays to like basically kind of host any match I want. Mr. Ron, competition season coming up. Thinking about switch from Elite Tennis to SK Rifle Match. Oh, I think I got that one already. Let's see. Definitely go with SK Standard Plus. Yeah, so I'm looking for maybe we'll call it the weekend before Nationals if we're going to do that again. Let's see. But I will know more, and I'll blast it on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook once I'm going to talk to those guys tomorrow, try and get it hammered in. Let's see. Yeah, awesome, man. Be cool to see you there. Like I said, it would be hopefully more about the shooter and more about fun. I'll get with Seth. Seth makes DM targets. He's in here. He makes some of the freaking baddest trophies around. Like, that's his work. When we do our long gong, the trophy was freaking awesome. So definitely got to get that going. Yeah, no worries, brother. There's always time for more matches. What's up, Mr. Jerry Gore? Nice to see you. Let's see. Bixen Andy Tax Sport versus Trigger Tech Diamond debate. What's your choice? Also, 2 or 1 stage. Single stage for me. I'm a single stage guy. The Timney, their latest release 2 stage, I actually like it quite a bit. But Bixen Andy Tax Sport Pro, I would say, that's the one I'm familiar with, versus Trigger Tech Diamond. I'm going to take that Pro. The Bix is really cool. The one thing that's really cool about it is even after the shot breaks, there's consistent spring pressure. So there's like not a break. Like you don't like hit this thing and then fall back. And even when it's on safe, it has the same feel, that same pull weight. So you can actually dry fire with the exact same feel without doing anything crazy. Hold on 1 second. Dang, my battery's running low. 1 second. Hold on. How to prevent a catastrophe there. Power was off to my strip and my battery was going pretty crazy. Let's see here. Mr. Montana Shooting Sports, what's up, brother? Practical, just purchased an IBI 22 barrel. How's yours doing now? Did you ever replace it? How's performance been? So I'm not shooting any IBI barrels. I did have one, got another one. Eventually end up getting it custom barreled and then just haven't done anything with them since. You can have a match at PHA. Where is PHA? Let me know. Let's see. I love Timney, but I wish Trigger Tech made a CZ 457 trigger. And they may eventually get into that game. At the Gap, am I yeah, so I'm the pro even last year. So last year was my first ever centerfire precision rifle match. And I went, and it's my first ever centerfire rifle match. And I went, and I was the pro, which is crazy. Like, but yeah, so I'm considered a pro. Like, if you know, yeah, I mean, in reality, like, am I a pro for centerfire? No, but it is what it is. Toyota's a Trout. I got a 1 in 15 3-groove 24-inch custody to prove it only. Have you seen a 3-groove 1 in 15? And thoughts? I haven't. I don't think you'll have any problem out of it, though. The twist stuff, like, 14, 15, 16, 16 and a half, it's all pretty good to go. I think you'll be just fine. Mr. Chris Lang up in the house. What's up, brother? What do I think about SK Semi-Auto Rifle 22 for factory? I mean, some of them are going to love it. Like, I've seen really good lots of it, so definitely try it. Just because it's made for semi-auto doesn't really mean it won't work great for a bolt gun. I've seen that. Even the pistol stuff, pistol branded ammo work really, really good. Typically, like the semi-auto or pistol derivatives are going to have like a bullet that more reliably will feed into a chamber on a semi-auto, or it's going to have a hair more powder, for cycling, those kind of things. That's typically the difference, the differentiating thing about the ammo. So let's see. Nobody decent optics for 650 internet has a 2/10 reticle. The new prices are making it hard to stay in the base product. Yeah, and I'm not even sure MSRP right now. And I know the guys here, the 231 will not disappoint. Because I think the stuff that I would say, like, because the Arkin doesn't have it, the one I think is going to be just above that. Let's see, I'm drawing a blank on the dozen of other optics that are in there. So hopefully the chat's going to swing in and remind me. Let's see. Mr. Brian C. Those are prefit working well in CZ 25 average with Lapua long range. That's nice. That's pretty awesome. Good to know. Mr. Joseph Snyder, would be interested to see a gear review on your record equipment, just trigger cam and working pair with SG Pulse and training aids for video content for matches. Yeah, I mean, I definitely could do that. It would probably be pretty boring, but for sure, could see about doing that. I have a Voodoo with Night Force scope and part of a shooting group who I think I'm missing part. I think your comment got cut off. On the Voodoo question, good friend finally got his build from last week. Good builds and shoots well. Good. That's good to hear. Let's see. Do you think barrel length is what makes a difference, or is it ammo speed with length? I mean, yeah, the barrel length is going to affect speed, SDs and ES to a slight extent, and just a harmonic node. So, I mean, it's all kind of a crapshoot of, what lot of ammo. I don't know if there's any, I know most precision rifle rimfire builders this day pretty much focusing 24 to 26 inches. Seems to be a sweet spot. Oh, missed somebody up here. I'm trying to catch up. Going out to re-mess with my power got me behind the curve. What's up, brother? From Southern Idaho. Kevin Hart, no, I don't. I don't think, and the reason I don't think we're going to see anybody in America make it is because they're running their machines to make bulk ammo as fast as they can, and they're selling absolutely all of it. So I don't think there's any incentive for them to step in the arena and try and compete with European manufacturers who have already been doing it successfully. I think for them, they're just looking at it as a risk, when the sure bet is keep their machines and their employees doing what they're doing now and making money. It's unfortunate, but I think that's probably the reality. Maybe add TAC 22 to the ammo mix for the comp. Yeah, it's going to be probably whatever I can get my hands on, based on probably going to have to cap it at 60 shooters. So I need to think about getting one lot of ammo to supply 60 shooters. So 100 rounds a piece, we start talking a lot of ammo. So that's going to be a big part of it. Let's see. Alfred, Al Hughes. Thinking about trying to start again my CZ4%. I want to watch your video, shoot about increased damage. Suggest a good practice ammo to get started with. Yeah, I would SK Rifle Match, SK Standard Plus, just to get things going again would be definitely worth it. Let's see. I hear USA won the PRS tournament overseas. Lily Naptim, no at ringing at home. Yeah, so overall, US won, and in a lot of individual categories, the Open overall, I think we had a second and fourth place finishers. But yeah, overall, another win for sure for the old US of A. Let's see. Thanks, Rick. Appreciate you popping in. Redneck River, the only triggers I see go down in matches is Bix. Oh man, actually, it's the opposite for me. The ones that I see go down all the time are Trigger Tech Diamonds and Impacts and Voodoos, like just crap in the bed. I'm sure Bixes go down too. I've personally never had one of mine go down, but I've been lucky for sure. Let's see. Yep, battery mag change. Yeah, actually, my power in here was out that feeds like the strip. Yeah, just a big fail on my part. Out of the game 3 weeks and studio's falling apart. Tracked Optics up in the house. What's up, guys? I love you guys. You guys, of course, know I got my DMR gun and several guns from Tracked Optics. These guys make some killer stuff. You guys, if you watch the channel, you already know all about them. Any good optic tips you want to share with us? Optic tips. Goodness gracious. Off the top of my head, double check your parallax with with your scope if you're going to shoot like bench, like, you know, for long gong 50-yard bench match, things like that. You know, and don't get sucked into too much magnification. That's a pretty good one. Probably both really crappy tips. So I got Mr. James Hinton in the house. Said it's between Salisbury and Lexington. I'm the RO. Yeah, I'll have to. We've been talking offline anyway. I have to hit you up and ask. Missed me at the first Colorado NRL 22X match. Well, you didn't. Yeah, you did miss me because I would be dead right now if I came back from 3 weeks in Fort Stewart, Georgia, and went to a NRL 22X match. I would be deceased. Maybe not yet, because I might still be coming back from it. But when I got back, you know, it would be bad. Hey, Josh, see, Witten offers a Mullerworks prefit would be about the same as a Monocam prefit for 447. Yeah, I'm not totally sure it should be. I know that Mullerworks has like kind of like a select line of barrels too. I'm not sure what they're getting, but the Mullerworks have been consistently good, so I would say it's a good bet. Reddit Brad, fighting mental battle to not buy a new scope from one of your reps up here in Northern Canada. Hey, yeah, it's hard. Tell you what, that rifle right there, my DMR has the one of the original tracks on it, and that rifle gets a crap beat out of it. I run that in DMR gas gun matches, and yeah, it hasn't left there since it's went on there, and it probably will never. Let's see. Think about trying some cheaper Ely. I'm shooting team now, but want to get cheap practice. I actually would tell you to avoid going below team and Ely. Just shoot some. I would go to the SK, honestly. You're not going to get the same bullet or lubrication, so it's not going to help you there at all. And I've never really had a lot of luck with their club and other stuff. Yep, there's a good one. Appreciate you guys jumping in there. Let's see. Did I see the announcement for the Global Pulse Pro? They're taking pre-order shipping time. Yeah, and I've actually been talking to them because I knew that was coming out, and I was super interested in testing it as like an all-in-one combined unit. So I'm hoping to get one and do a video on it because I'm really, really super interested with how it turns out in reality. Please schedule a match same week as National Clay and Jerry can't make it. Yeah, that's funny. Let's see. I love the idea behind the scenes video showing the tag and adding. It's probably gonna be pretty boring, but I don't mind doing it. It's not sexy, that's for sure. Parallax. Hey Josh. Hey everybody. Josh, have you tried or will you try new Stinger action soon? Seems like a Voodoo copy for the most part, but has some nice features. Yeah, I would say it's so the Voodoo was built off of a 40X, right? And the Stinger is built off of a 40X. So, but I don't think you can really call it a Voodoo copy because Voodoo built off of 40X. The Stinger's built off of 40X. You know, they're both building off of the tried and true kind of, you know, original recipe of it. So, yeah, but yeah, it's a good recipe. So I have no doubts, but I'm definitely going to be testing it. Let's see. Mr. 22 Lima Romeo, best looking dude in the freaking industry. When I first started competing, SK Stinger Plus $550, price increased based on Sunrise popularity. Base supply and demand stuff. Yeah, you were right. Most common 3 mistakes with shooters form you see causing issues. Typically, muscling the gun, trying to force stability on the gun, jerking the piss out of the trigger, trying to make the shot happen, and using muscle as a support. Like, so you see guys who like bend their knees. If you ever see someone behind a position bending their knees to get down lower, that's bad. You're like, you want to lock out as much as you can. That's why you see a lot of the shooters, the seasoned shooters will like lock their legs out and basically stick their hips back and, you know, spread their legs to get low. They're locking all their joints up to, you know, increase stability. Let's see. Editing, making sure cameras are working is a pain. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I have shot a video only to look and realize that I had left it on manual focus from the last stuff I was shooting and had to refilm an entire video, only to find out the second time around that something else was wrong. It's just it can be crazy aggravating. Mr. John Rumplash, I think is how you say it. Part of a group of shooters who all have voodoos. We all shoot a match. The Boost Center SK match. The Night Force Arctic Scopes. If you shoot less than 0.8 MOA, 20 rounds, 100 rounds, you lose. Yeah, I can bet it. Ladies killed it for USA. Camden and McKenzie. Yep, that is for dang sure. Mr. Randall Womack, new to rimfire, looking to get a larger barrel for 47 as far as accuracy. Have you seen any accuracy issues with threaded barrels? No, I just typically don't get them threaded. Just recently did I get a 22 can. I just typically don't go out of my way to get threaded barrels, but there's no problem with that. Chris Lane, good. Forget to check parallax with a scope can today. Target footage is going to be bad. Yeah, God, it's so annoying with target with the scope cameras. I freaking hate it. I really hate all the scope cameras on the market. If you're a scope camera company and you're watching this, I'm sorry, but I hate it all. The best one's the trigger cam, but I don't like it either. I wish I knew people in the industry because I got ideas, and if I could make my own, I would. Let's see. Mr. Make an Impact out there. Our action is actually a reimagine repeat of the Lone Star action that predates the video. Yep. What headspace do you tend to like the most? So I typically, when we're talking CZ and stuff that I can change it on the thing, I do it by feel. Typically ends up around 41 thousandths, but that's not a hard, fast answer for anybody. But yeah, tough time of the year to be at Fort Stewart. Actually, it wasn't. We got really lucky with the weather. It wasn't really that bad. Got pretty lucky. We got Mr. Joe Rhea, Cyclops in the house. What's up, brother? Always nice to see you. This whole quality rimfire ammo thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, when you start shooting at a distance, it really matters. Let's see. Cap a case. Josh, what ammo do you think is going to be most stable for availability is reasonably accurate, SK Standard Plus, or rifle match? I think the SK stuff, the more other ammo comes up, the less you're going to see that SK in stock because people are, they're already swarming on it. They're already buying it up. Right as it's available, it's just going to get worse as the other ammo goes up because you're going to see guys like you've seen in this live stream on here, guys who are talking about going from, higher end ammo that are going to go down to that. So yeah, I think it's going to make it tougher to get really. Let's see. Outside of what we see on YouTube, do you have any hobbies outside shooting? What shooting? Really shooting. But yeah, so what you don't see a lot is that I'm really hardcore heavy into these sniper DMR matches where he's shooting. They have a bolt gun, but mostly gas gun tactical is what I shoot. It's the biggest field of competitors. And it's a pistol, like a 2-gun match. Center fire, of course, and that's really what I shoot more often than anything else. It's just a super, super fun match. But honestly, besides, because I work a 9 to 5, even though I typically work night shift, I'm in the National Guard. I got 3 kids, a wife. I got 2 dogs. I got cats. I got chickens. I got this property. I got YouTube. I got R&D stuff I'm doing, my own shooting. That's pretty much it. I don't have a minute in the day, I don't watch TV. I don't really watch YouTube unless I just kind of got nothing else to do. But yeah, that's it. That consumes pretty much what I do day in, day out, 24 hours a day. The Hide. Hey, Josh, appreciate comment. Sure been a bummer. The shooting seems not being able to get any minus plus. Of course, my Savage likes best. My match schedule has slowed a lot. Yeah, availability has been crazy. Can you do a video on headspace shims for the B14R? YouTube really doesn't like it. I think there are actually already some videos out there, some guys doing that. But I think bolt shims are pretty common for the B14R. It's pretty intuitive. I think there are some out there. I try to not just recreate a video, especially when it's something like informative, like somebody already did a video, like how to do it. It doesn't do a lot for me or the community to go back and recreate it. But if nobody's done it, then yeah, for sure I would. Somebody posted an interesting idea about ammo classes thoughts. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be adopted by people running what they are running. Like, I don't think organizationally we're going to see that. I could be surprised, but we'll see. Ely match versus any escape. I just like Ely match. I like the silver bullet, so for me, that's what I'm going to shoot. Match or team. Team's a little bit cheaper, but it's even. Team is now what match used to cost. When I'm dangerously low on ammo, but when I get down to the point of, where I'm forced to buy ammo, it's probably going to be team, honestly. See, Gallon 75. Solid quality rimfire, everything such. Got my first bullet, 22 precision rimfire ammo. Hasn't been easy. Picked up B4 temporary and a grave of stock. Yeah, it is not easy. That's for sure. People helping over. Thank you. Appreciate you. The hide. I've been a victim of recording an entire video. Only learn to turn the camera on. Yeah, I've definitely recorded big segments of things without actually recording. I think we've all been there. It sucks when it happens. Have you heard of the new Ares Marksman? Boat tail slide is supposed to have a better VC than 22. Interesting comparison side. Yeah, I've seen them, and I actually talked to some guys who are really involved in the industry of that. So my train of thought is, I do think, they can make higher BC ammo than 22 pretty easily because, that recipe is make it longer. And for PCP air rifles, all you got to do is make sure it fits in the magazine. It's not, it's not a specialty chamber or anything because they're really not chambering it. So there is that. What I think that PCP air rifles don't have that rimfire have is that peak pressure. So when you shoot a 22 bullet, it's not a ton of pressure, but it's enough where it kind of almost sets that bullet back and seals to the barrel, which is going to create consistency. And with slugs, what you have to count on is them being the same exact outside diameter and that fitting perfectly with your barrel, or finding that combination and nothing changing, because it doesn't have that initial peak pressure to seal that slug to the barrel like you get in rimfire. And so I think that is the thing that prevents PCP air rifles from just walking the dog on 22s just across the board, because they don't have that, because they have better SD and ESs. Like, it can just make better valves, so they get ridiculously crazy velocity spreads being super tight, way tighter than 22 can ever recreate. But from a consistency standpoint, and that fact of what's going on in the 22 being that traditional firearm, I think is what helps it edge it over the PCP stuff. Now that could change, of course. Who knows what's going to happen down the road. Let's see. Shout out to Mr. Robert Wagoneer and Alamo Precision Rifles for getting me set up nice. We got Mr. Harold Shepard. What's up? Have you ever done anything on cab barrels? 210s less speaks highly of them, and I was considering sending my B14. I haven't. We were supposed to do something at one point, and it just never came to fruition. So we'll see what the future may hold. Appreciate you, brother. Let's see. When do I read? Right now, talking to you guys, honestly, I'm kicked back. I still sleep, I sleep, pretty good. But yeah, during the day, it's definitely going pretty hard usually. Family's the best hobby going. Everything else second line. Yeah, and I'm lucky that my kids like to do outdoor stuff. They like to come to matches with me. They like to shoot. They don't shoot a ton, but they will go shoot. And like today, we were riding around. I got some four-wheelers, stuff like that. We were cruising around the yard having fun. So it's easy to have fun with them, which is definitely a big help. But yeah, family is definitely primary when it comes to everything else. I just looked and found Team for $12. I didn't get any. Oh man, you messed up. There probably are a few places that have Team reasonably. Like, it's like $15.50 a box on Kilo Shooting Sports. I'm like, my God. Many people say TAC 22 is as good as SK for half the price. Could be, and I have some TAC 22. I may have enough to provide for the match. Maybe I have to look. Second best is recording a video, forgetting to turn on your mic. Yeah. I've gotten in the habit now where a lot of times I'll set up everything, hit record, go sit by the gun, talk to the camera a little bit, make sure everything's working, come, stop, watch it. Of course I get lazy and don't do that, and that's when it bites me. Have I used the ScopeMate S18 or S28? Not a high-end trigger cam, but also half the cost. I have that thing that works reasonably well. I haven't tried them yet because honestly, I'm not happy with the trigger cam. The trigger cam doesn't. It's inherently hard to film through an Optic, but I'm not even happy with that. So no way I would go down probably. But I've heard people using them with pretty good success. Suppressors can hurt or help. The big thing with suppressors, 22 suppressors get dirty really fast. So for PRS, stuff like that, I don't typically use them where you're going to come out of a prop, bring the gun up, all that junk falls down into your action. No bueno. Mr. 22 Lima Romeo, do you believe the massive increase in demand is going to spur an increase in production, or do you think the big three will continue to produce generally the same quantity? Yeah, I think they're probably running full tilt and have been for a while. I don't think production has slowed down for them. I'm not sure, honestly. I doubt it's going to get better for us, though. What's the lowest tier ammo? Can still be competitive with base class rifles like 457 MTR. Really going to depend on the match, what you're shooting. But you can find some gems. Like you can find gems in mid-tier ammo that perform like really, really, really good. So it's just about testing, finding something. But I would say SK rifle match is probably the barrier for success on a higher level. That's just kind of what I would see. Had pretty good results using Norma match, especially for the money scene as it's fallen off the planet too. And just on production. Sure, make the Elon. I think Norma TAC was RWS produced, and you're not seeing any RWS on the market. So I think that's why you're not seeing Norma TAC. Mr. Seth Garner, I was talking to reps. They said they are bringing more production online. When, I don't know. Well, that's good. Hopefully, it's probably Lapua, I would be imagine. If you can't say, totally get that, but I would imagine that's probably Lapua reps. Yes, I did. Actually, I was thinking about that earlier, and it's sitting right over there. I don't know if I have all the hardware, but yeah, I do have it sitting there. It is not on anything right now. Let's see. I'm almost getting caught up. My God. This guy would have said where he found Team 12 box. This chat would empty for about yeah. The ScopeMate is crazy easy to use over trigger cam. I will say that. The best scope cam that I've ever used was from Ted Holdovers. He was making an adapter that was on I'm not even sure it was a mirrorless, but it was a digital camera back in the day. And I think the real benefit to that was there's no leak through of light. You also couldn't see through the scope. You had to shoot using the display, but I don't mind that. I think that's where they need to go. I think letting the light pass through where you can look through the scope camera and that degrades the image because you have light reflecting, in there, and it's trying to look through there. So I think they need to go. I think the best scope cam for me would be a large sensor size. GoPros don't have a large enough sensor size to really do it because you're already recording through a scope. So I think you need a mirrorless camera, at least like a CMOS style, sensor or full sensor camera, and that will mount directly to the scope via adapters with no light and just shooting through a display. It can just be a 1080 display, and I think that would produce really, really good results. Mr. Hasbro, what's up, brother? Nice to see you. Really wish someone would build a precision 22 amp factory here in the U.S. And remember, there's plenty of room to grow. Component costs aren't going down either. Yeah, it would be nice, but I just don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. Thoughts on Ely Club, decent mid-grade? I don't like Ely Club. I haven't had really good luck out of it. I don't even test it anymore. It's just kind of skip it. Rumor is Lapua is building another 22 long rifle production line. Well, I bet they are, and I'm not talking crap. But when you're selling exact for $36 a box, surely that's going to help fund it. But Jesus, if the prices don't go down, who is shooting Lapua exact for over $30 a box? That is mind-boggling to me. And Midas Plus being like $26 a box. I mean, that's crazy. Oh boy. Any chance the tariffs will drive manufacturer to the stateside? I don't know, honestly. It would be nice, but man, I'm ready for the tariffs to be over. If there was ever any question in anybody's mind about who pays for these tariffs, I think, clearly this industry highlights, and, knowing people who deal in the retail or distribution side of, stuff that is produced overseas in European countries, those guys are paying the tariffs and passing it on. I mean, it's 100% the U.S. side of it, and we're seeing that, which sucks because, yeah. So hopefully Lapua will get something off the road, because Ely right now is probably the most consistently available ammo. And hopefully if they increase production, they can decrease cost a little bit. Might be wishful thinking, but who knows? I tried, I think, 7 cheap ammos and 20-inch MTR. Was clear I need to get better, but had some very good groups with RWS Club, which I found as cheap as 85 Canadian brick. There you go. Ely contact 10% per round was great, but now 16. I'm switching to CCI. Yeah, wouldn't blame you there. Greg Johnson, I just shot my first NRL 22 match 16 and one base using my buddy's 4% MTR with federal match. How necessary is a lot test for PRS type sports? For NRL monthly matches, probably not a lot, because targets are 2 to 3 MOA typically. It's not going to be as stringent on ammo. If you go to an NRL 22 EXO or PRS 22 match, you're gonna have to lot test to to compete with those guys. That's for sure. Monthly matches, that's a great thing about NRL 22 monthly matches, is they're going to be within 100 yards. You really don't need crazy good dope, because the dope is pretty much generic, and you're not going to need the craziest ammo known to man to compete, which is good. They wouldn't let Ted compete with that setup at the big airgun match in Arizona. Huh. There are some weird rules. That's very true. More glass put in front of the eye only stands reason the picture would suffer to some extent. Yeah, for sure. I just got to win the Powerball. Yeah, there you go. Wouldn't that be nice? Probably not enough return on investment for American-made match 22 ever since Federal quit making Federal gold medal match. Yeah, true. Buddy let me shoot his exact last Friday, and it hammered. Yeah, that's a good friend right there. Is going to let you shoot his exact this day and age. Parallax, I'm running the S28, supposed to be 4K, looks good, but has the same issue rest with getting everything focused and clear. Onboard screen works, but not big enough to use for fine focus. Yeah, I end up using a big old side monitor on the trigger cam. Even if it had that, if it had where you could hook up a mini HDMI to get it really fine focus there, I just don't want to be able to see through it. I don't want the light to be able to leak in and expose it. But I want a big sensor. I don't care if it costs $800 to $1,000 for it. If it's going to work like a mirrorless camera and really get that quality up there, then I would pay it. Obviously, I got a YouTube channel, so I'm willing to pay the money to have something like that. But yeah, I wish it existed. I don't think it does right now. Thoughts on barrel tuners? I pretty much have written off barrel tuners. There's some clamp-on ones coming that I'm going to be testing really soon, so there's going to be a whole video about it. But they can help. In my experience, past barrel tuners, I shot a week-long test, and when I found there was more variation in group size with the tuner on, yes, I can make the group smaller, but across the week net, I saw more fluctuation, and the net average went up if I wasn't tweaking it, because PRS and NRL 22 guys aren't going to get to tweak it like you would have the opportunity with a bench rest competition. Bench rest, if I'm shooting bench rest, yeah, I'm shooting a tuner, no question about it. The clamp-on tuners, I'm excited to test on these bigger barrels and see what shakes out. Pretty sure the Federal stuff was made in-house. Exact is up to $44 at Good Shooting Inc. That is freaking wild. Hasbro, I'd be good with a digital image with a real optical image superimposed. Right. Yep. exactly. Yeah, me too. Just jumping back in here, could you ever put a price cap on ammo as an entry-level class? You could, but it would be hard to enforce. That's the problem I see with it. Hard to enforce that. Yep, SK long range. I haven't had as good a luck. Seemed to be hit or miss for lots for me, but you know, most of my guns I'm shooting Ely with anyway. So, Mike McAllister, I'm shooting rimfire less with price as they are, as the reloader components have come down a lot. Just finished M110 build. Yep, I mean, I'm shooting more centerfire 223. I'm loading 77 TMKs and shooting 9mm. 9mm is so much cheaper right now than 22. Match 22 is crazy. So it's hard not to go buy a case of 9mm and go practice pistol stuff. Let's see. How terrible are Discovery? I don't think they're terrible. I think you're going to get, you know, more QA/QC stuff, you know, as long as you can, you know, fix issues. But I think for what you're getting, a lot of people are real happy with them. My ultra barrel with a small shim shoots R50, a little over half in weight. If only anyone can have had stock. Yeah, that's true. Nobody has R50 in the U.S. or Canada. Freaking you out without the beard again. Yeah, it'll come back. It's give me like a week and it'll be pretty up there. I will give my new custom build away before I shoot 32 box ammo. It's got to be some better light on this ammo situation coming. Prices are getting stupid. Yeah, it's definitely pretty crazy. Suggestion of CCISV is required ammo. How many rounds per setting did you shoot in your tuner test? So I was shooting like 3 to 5 rounds, and then I went through like all the settings, and I came back, checked the setting, made sure that it was still like copacetic. And then once I found, I mean, I shot hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rounds. Actually at Chris from Midwest Long Range, I was shooting there when I did it. And then I basically left it out of that setting, and then I shot it like the next day, the next day, the next day. And then I did it without the tuner. Are you going to try the whole shot tuner? Maybe. I'm actually not sure what the tuner that I plan on testing is called. It may be that. Did you have a chance to shoot your Criterion barrel 457 much? Got a 20 win a couple months ago, and it's hanging with my Loja. Yeah, I mean, I had good results out of it. I don't think that you could, you know, expect all of them to be winners, because obviously the QA/QC is cheaper barrel blank. It's going to be kind of all over the place. But yeah, there are definitely some that will shoot. Heard DI Precision is coming out with their own barreled action. Any insight? I don't know. I can text him and find out. I haven't heard on anything from him. I do talk to him off and on. I'm not aware of him, but maybe he is. I don't know. Might not tell me, because then I tell you guys. Then the cat's out of the bag. Let's see. Same here this year. Been spent doing more 2-gun versus that 22 match. Yeah. It's been what I've been doing a lot of. There we go. L3I, we now offer whole shot tuners cut to fit our barrels on our website. Sweet. Yeah, I think that's where I've been seeing the whole shot tuner stuff. That's a clamp on. I think that's basically like bored out to match the barrel diameter. Yeah, it's all good, man. You're not that late. We're 58 minutes into it, somewhere around there. Some of the cheaper ammos you've seen good results with. SK rifle match. Some of the Norma stuff I've seen good results with. Some lots of CCI standard velocity I've seen. Very hit or miss, a lot though. But yeah, it's worth trying any of it, you know, especially when it's cheaper and you get your hands on it. Test it, because all the guns are very specific. How is Chris from Midwest? Seeing you guys. Yeah, I miss Chris, man. Chris is going to be, he's one of those guys that I went to Missouri, you know, met, spent a lot of time with. We'll be lifelong friends. That's the kind of guy he is. He's a good dude. I would do anything for Chris. He would help me out in any way he can. And I look forward to hopefully getting out there if I'm going to travel for a match, I would probably travel to go shoot at Gadsden just to see those guys again. But yeah, he's good. I actually talked to him last night for about 20 minutes, but he's doing good, busy with work, family, all those things. Not obviously doing YouTube stuff, but he's out there kicking around still. Yeah, he could be. I'm not sure. New to the channel, maybe you answer, but have you had any experience with MPA 22 rifle? So what do you think? I haven't shot an MPA rifle. The MPA rifle is a Voodoo Action rebarreled. So, I do have a Voodoo 360. The MPA rifles, that was what basically all the factory guys were shooting at Worlds. And yeah, for the craziest reason, Worlds is, MPA is considered a factory rifle. So you had factory division guys at Worlds, probably most of them shooting, because you can also rebarrel them. Rebarreled MPAs from their custom guns, their favorite custom gunsmith with like Zecos and tangent theta optics. That's factory class at Worlds. But a lot of them guys use them. I haven't tried it yet because he had like his prototypes. He's working on it. I should be testing one and doing a review on one. That's the hope. How about running a match using random draw match provided? Yeah, I mean, I'm planning on hosting a match where I provide the ammo. So everybody's going to be using my ammo. So I'm not sure what that ammo is going to be, but we'll see. Class based on CCISV is dumb. I won't buy 5 guns to find the one that shoots it okay. Buy 5 ammo test for 1 gun, 9 days easier and cheaper. Yeah, I mean, I can see both ends of it. The DPG Gents one looks pretty good. Clever design for the Magwell. Yeah, I'll definitely be amped up to test that. If I could pick one sub $10 box ammo for precision. Oh God, what is sub $10 now? I don't know. I don't think Rifle Match is sub $10. Oh boy, that's a freaking tough one. Probably if the Norma match was sub 10, of course you can't get it right now. If SK Rifle Match is sub $10, that'd probably be what I'd be doing, for sure. But yeah, it's a tough one because the prices are. I haven't even looked. I'm gonna be honest with you. Besides like the high-end ammo, like team match, the super long range, that kind of stuff, I really haven't paid attention because I'm like shooting my reserve of ammo, and yeah, I mean it's not looking good for me. And I can tell you, in like a couple months here, I'm gonna be hurting. But we'll see. Sub $10 SK pistol match special. Yeah, I would try some of that. I've had good luck with SK pistol match ammo and a lot of my guns. Let's see. Incidentally, Canada's ladies took 3rd at the Worlds. Nice. Yeah, and I know we had Wompat. I've actually only ever shot with him once. I was at a day-night match in Tennessee. So I've only ever met him in person and shot with him once. Super good guy. Obviously, Wompat, he took 3rd individual at Worlds too, which I knew as soon as I started hearing stuff about Worlds, how that match was set up, which was like a lot of fast movement, a lot of like high round count, a lot of movement stuff. I knew he would do real well because I watched him shoot at that match. He was in the squad right in front of me, and we're very similar in that we're both smaller guys and we like to shoot. We can move and get in position real fast. I knew he would do well out there for sure. I knew he'd be in the mix. Let's see. Rifle Match is $10.99. Yeah, so I'd probably use Rifle Match. Or like Hasbro said, that pistol stuff's pretty good too. Maybe that guy's buddy will let us all shoot his exact at your match. Yeah. Hey, I'll allow it if he's willing to provide it. Yeah, SK Standard Plus, I haven't never had good luck with out past 100 yards. Like it just seems to fall apart for some reason, but there could be some stuff out there that's better for sure. I've got a brick of Norma Match, won't shoot in the CZ, won't extract. Norma Match, which is basically RWS. I've seen people have problems with that because it's a different diameter. So I've seen people struggle to extract Norma Match and RWS in some guns. Matt and Dory, yeah, they are good people. And it was cool because she like filmed him. I think I might have talked to Dory more than him because he was shooting and she was filming him quite a bit. But yeah, we got to talk and it was cool to meet in person because obviously we're both YouTubers, both shooters. I actually didn't even know he was going to the match. So I found out literally like the night before, like we were sitting at our Airbnb and they were like, oh yeah, Womfat's shooting it. And I was like, kind of shitting a brick, to be honest with you, because as YouTubers, like, I talk to Matt and stuff like that. I get to see him shooting and all these things. I've never shot against him. And obviously, like, oh, Womfat's here. Like, I get to compete against him. And I felt like super underprepared, which was funny. But yeah, he was a super good guy. And the little bit we did talk, was super good. And obviously, he was shooting real well. So it was really cool. That's easy for me. 16 twists. Just tried and true. Like, I know it works. I know what to expect. So yeah, it's definitely just what I'm used to. Womfat actually took 240 to 2 recording impact shooting sights. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got to be quick out there, and I knew he would be fast enough. There's a few people I know that like me, Womfat. I like a lot of movement. I feel like it's a separator. It's an advantage for me because I can move really quickly on stage and other people can't. So kind of an advantage to being a small, kind of nimble, quick kind of guy. When you get those high movement stages, and I knew he would kill it. Ely Force is getting some good reviews, $8 a box. Yeah, I haven't tried that in forever. Mr. Jeffrey Dawson, I put a DPG talent extractor in my CZ. Haven't had a chance to try yet. Thanks, Weather. Yeah, I've got a set of those and one or both of my CZs now. Do you know anything about the Proof Research rifle with a Remex Action MDT chassis? I actually don't, but Proof makes some really freaking good barrels. I don't know how well they would do in the 22 game. It's generally kind of not what they're known for, but I have not personally messed with it. What distance or events would you shoot Elite Ultra Extreme Long Range into? I mean, any that you would shoot PRS for. I mean, PRS, you're shooting out to 300-400 yards, long gong. It's going to be like a lot of that. I don't see like there's any real benefit versus any of the other high-end ammo out there. I'm not sure what makes it better. Like I haven't seen it just crazy outshine, Ely Match or Lapua offerings. So new to the rimfire game, what barrel length twist rate do you prefer? 24 and 16 twist is like an easy answer. You can go down with a faster twist up. There's a lot of guys, Smiths out there who like it. But 24 inch, I think, is a really good length. 24, 25 even. Can't really go wrong. 257 online. I actually don't know. Surprisingly, we get a lot of viewers on the live. Like probably up there. I think I want to say we've had 300 at some point, but yeah, I mean, I'm always amazed. A lot of people always come on the live streams here, and is really crazy to me because I don't set a schedule. Like I just randomly throw them out there, but you guys show up, which is awesome. But yeah. Oh, Ninja Bread Man, Ginger Ninja Stealth. What's up, brother? Yeah, them boys in Missouri called me the Ginger Ninja. I think that's because I could run around and move, had that fast movement. But yeah, probably the best nickname I've ever had. The Army doesn't give you such flattering nicknames. So the Ginger Ninja, I like that one. That one's one that I definitely wear with pride. Found some Lapua long range and grabbed some wallet H. Yeah, you'll be lighter. Your wallet's gonna be lighter on for the stages. I appreciate you guys showing up and participating and watching the videos, man. Mr. Chris Lang, appreciate you. If I had to choose between Ely Force and Mini Mags, I would choose Force because I ran out of Force. I would still have Mini Mags. Oh, I can't even say them on YouTube, man. I mean, that's the Army will give you some crazy nicknames. They're usually not very creative, so they weren't anything real exciting. Mostly just, prolific and vulgar. Try to micarta chassis, preferred material for your chassis. I mean, I have the whatever the heck, the micarta. I have one, the stock. I don't know why I can't ever remember the name of the dang stock foundation. They're really good on centerfire. It's really a dead feeling rifle. I prefer like an aluminum chassis though. That's just kind of what I'm drawn to. We got Mr. Ben B, Daryl Ryder. What's up, guys? Coming in, but yeah. So new stuff. We've kind of almost made it through it. More will pop in. We got obviously, I think the DPG action coming. We got the Stinger action coming. I've got some Altus mags coming for RimX, which is pretty cool. Hopefully going to be trying some of these clamp-on tuners. I'm going to give that another shot. I'm going to bring you guys a video like a no BS. Like I'm going to show you guys everything on paper. We're going to shoot a whole target with the tuner, and then we're going to reshoot it without the tuner. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try. We're going to go through and pick an ammo that shoots good without the tuner. Then we're going to throw the tuner on, see what we can get. And then we're going to shoot, let the whole rifle cool. We're going to shoot like 10 5-shot groups with the tuner. We're going to let it cool, take that joker off, shoot it without the tuner, and we're going to see what shakes out. So that should be a pretty good video. Kind of like a no BS, no marketing, because obviously I'm not doing affiliates. Like I don't care if you guys do or don't buy a tuner or whatever it is, but we're just going to try and do a no BS test and see what shakes out on it. Any wild stories from your Act Dutra? Not really. I just want to say I'm new to 22 at distance. I'm close to the birthplace of Long Gong. Have really enjoyed it. Your channel's been a great way to get oriented sports. Nice, man. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, the Long Gong stuff's fun. Kind of its own thing. Like it requires almost its own testing. If I was going to do Long Gong, I would probably treat it like bench rest. I would probably test all my ammo at distance, and then I would run a tuner and probably set up a gun specifically for that, which I might do that. I might actually shoot the next Long Gong match, try and represent for old North Kakalaki since Maine took it home last year. But yeah, it should be fun. Appreciate you, Mr. Roger Rose. Thanks for showing up. Clay Kenny, Ginger Hammer. Another good one. I like that one too. Mr. People Homeowner, I save the good ammo for matches in your backup rifle, cheap ammo practice getting in and out of positions. Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea. How much adjustments did you do on your tuner? I adjusted that thing basically every way from Sunday and kind of just went back to what worked. So marked everything on the target card and then went back through. I mean, I gave that thing the freaking business. As rich as EC is about neck sizing, as being he's wrong about the value tuners. I love the man, but in your tuner test, you should also over total groups like all 50 or whatever end up doing measuring mean rates. Yeah, I get you. Like superimpose them all together. I got you. My academy has stopped selling Norma. Yep. It is now, yeah. So I've had different rifles in it. I had Kenny's RimX in there. I put the Voodoo in there because I don't use the foundation as like a match. It's too like pretty of a stock for me to shoot matches. So it's like my fun gun. So right now it has the Voodoo 360 in it with the can like you guys saw in the video. But yeah, I'll be probably overlay those. I'll do some editing mojo and kind of like do an ad to the screen and overlay those. As long as the wind doesn't. If the wind kicks up, it'll shift groups and might make it a little harder. But yeah, we'll try and do that. It's going to be an easy video for me to make because it's literally just like shoot a bunch of groups. That's pretty easy for me at 50 yards. Target camera. Tricky part is I have to pick a overcast day without it being super hot because the target camera will overheat in the sunlight pretty quickly when it's warm. See, any plans on more centerfire? I believe saw your last year. K9 was awesome. Yeah, man. So I'm going back to the gap grind this year. If you're going, definitely come by, say hi. We can shoot the shit, talk, and hang out. That I'm shooting sniper DMR matches. Probably not going to be shooting a ton of centerfire PRS matches. I have a 22R build right there. That is pretty much like my centerfire gun. So I don't really plan on doing a lot because I'm going to be loading. It's still pretty expensive to shoot. Even the 22R can be loading 90 grain Sierras. Last year I shot a borrowed 6 BR. So I won't have quite the cheater rifle I had last year, but I'll have my own rifle this year. It's in a Vision chassis. It's set up and ready to roll. So got to do some load development over the next month. I mean, this gap grind's coming up. Let's see. I'm missing some comments here. Current thoughts on Apex scopes. I like them. You know, Apex scopes, track scopes, I think they both bring a lot of value because the Apex are Canadian. I think the track's a better value in the US. If you go to Canada, it's opposite, right? Because, you know, we're having to pay more for a Canadian scope in the US. But I think they're both great scopes. Foundation or Wooks for your pretty go-to. I would say the micarta of the Foundation is probably more PRS orientated. So for that kind of gun, I would go there. The Wooks is a really, really good looking chassis too. Probably going to lean towards the Foundation though. Will you do an FRT build, maybe like an 8-inch charger with a suppressor? Possibly, yeah. I think that would be pretty cool. Those are getting more and more popular. That would be pretty cool in the 22. I have an AR-22 upper. That's like suppressor ready. That would be pretty cool to do like an FRT deal with. Would love to play with the Foundation, not looking hard at them for varmint. Yeah, they're really nice. See you, Mr. Chris Lang. Appreciate you. What rifle did Matt take to Worlds? It's probably his Desert Precision Gunworks rifle. I can't remember. I don't think it was. I can't remember if it's a Rimex or a Voodoo build of his. Kenny would know for sure, but I'm almost certain it was the DPG build. I enjoy your versus shoot-off videos. We enjoy doing a video with Kenny when he gets his out. Yeah, that'd be cool. Tuners, bloop tubes, and external weights will make you nuts. Yeah, that's for dang sure. A recommendation for Snapcast to dry fire for practice and function checks. Not really, because I never really used them. Fired casings work pretty good. You know, these are pretty easy to get your hands on. Most guns are dry fire safe too. Like obviously check. If you're shooting a Rimex, you can just take the extractor out. That's really easy. But most guns, within reason, if you're not doing 1,000 rounds, you know, 1,000 dry fire pulls a day, they're going to be pretty dry fire safe. Any recommendations to send Voodoo G3 venting to get rebarreled, have MPU 20 on it? Would like to have a 24-inch, get more weight up front. Otherwise, it shoots really well. Yeah, I mean, there's like, most of the guys actually like that I know are not like taking in a lot of work right now. Modicam, DI, Randy Rachel Precision, don't sleep on him. He does a lot of really good stuff too. He may actually be able to get you in. Hit up Rachel Precision, which is Randy Rachel, really good guy. I actually have not ever had one of his barrels, but I know so many people who do. And I know him through Modicam Custom Rifles. Let's see. Does most of the aftermarket stocks able to hold up to 1? Yeah, the aftermarket ones definitely are usually inletted to at least 1 inch. Reloading all day might even help you run a statistical analysis test if you get them in depth. He has a Discord I did recently, and he sent me an Excel sheet with all the formulas. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. Yeah. I might hit him up. Womfat's Wives gun from Kennedy looks so cool. You guys should check it out. All his rifles look pretty cool. He's always getting some pretty tricked out, like Cerakote jobs on them. They're all like pretty jealous of how most of them look. Would like to see. Yeah, I may do that because I have it now. I may do that on the Voodoo actually. That'd be a good idea. Thanks for starting live at 9 p.m. Bencher's got your live shows late. I need a little bit of coffee to keep my eyes open there. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for showing up. Are you going to be getting one of the DPR new actions this fall? I think I mean DPG. And also, any thoughts on elements new Snapdragon? I should be testing the Snapdragon. I should be testing the DPG from Kenny and the L3i, which is pretty awesome. I think at this point, like, the channel is old enough now, like, it's got the viewership now where a lot of you guys reach out to these guys and almost kind of like demand it, like that I test it, which is a really cool place to be, that knowing that you guys trust me, knowing that I'm not going to BS you, knowing that like nobody's sliding me $1,000 under the table to say, hey, this thing is better than what it really is. And it's cool too, because the manufacturers believe in their stuff, which is good. Because if they send me an action, a barrel or whatever, chances are they got faith in their own stuff, because they know, like, a lot of stuff, I'm not shooting it beforehand to test it. A lot of times, maybe I'll shoot it if I put a scope on it to get it kind of close, but a lot of times I'm going to do that. Like, I'm just going out and winging it, and you guys are seeing what it is right off the bat, which is pretty cool. Let's see, did I miss anything up here? If you were buying a new chassis, Vision Pro or MDT Elite or Premier? I like the Vision Pro. The Vision Pro really fits me. The MDT Elite is an awesome chassis. I'm not taking anything away from that. They're both really great. I actually love both of them a lot. You can't go wrong. I would say whichever one strikes your eye the best, they're both stupid good. Yeah, Clay hit me up about going. I'm not sure if I'm going to go or not yet. The Tennessee night match is coming up. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That's a freaking long trip. And I got to look at work and see what time I got, because that's definitely a day before thing. So we'll see. I haven't shot Fiocchi's rimfire ammo for like forever, since before I was really understood precision rimfire. I've never shot it through precision stuff. Is there any reason not to use steel magazines for 4.7? No, I mean, yeah, definitely. Billet are some of my favorite. The L3i billet mags, the NDR mags, like, I use them. The plastic are fine too. How long does it take to get a little? I'm saying Lilja. It depends where they're at on their cycle. They run batches. Best thing to do is call them and see when the next batch is going to hit, and get your name on the list if you want one. My neighbor has been making his own custom bench rest action. He's also, that's pretty freaking cool. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know where in North Carolina. If he's close, I would like to go check it out, see what he's doing. If he was, not opposed to that. Because I'm in like central North Carolina. Shoot me like, if you think he'd be open to that, shoot me an email. It's josh@pursuitofaccuracy.com. I would like to at least link up with him and pick his brain. Because I don't know, obviously I don't know everything. I'm in the benefit of being, I guess I could say, in the industry. So I have access to a lot of guys who know a lot of stuff. So I've surrounded myself with kind of the experts. So I get to soak in all that information. And there's no point that you can't learn enough. So I'm always, looking for guys doing stuff, to know all the guys doing it, which is pretty cool. What do you think it takes to dethrone Voodoo or Rimex as a premier action? Features or just popularity? No, I think it's just coming up with an action that you can have available to people with a good bolt design that's going to have good ignition. That's it. Like, and then obviously it has to have the features. Most of the guys want Remington 700 because they want to use their 700 trigger. As long as it's 700 compatible, doesn't, give you problems with mag fitment, that kind of thing, I think anybody could dethrone those guys. Ooh, from Area 419, Lilja. I don't even know, because Lilja's got to make it. And then Area 419 is just kind of like finishing a blank and selling it. So I couldn't tell you. Constantly building unlimited bench. I don't know anything personally. Nice. That's one thing I tell you I do want to get into. I don't know if it's this year. It's certainly not in my budget this year. I think I want to build an unlimited bench rest gun. With the tuner, 1/8 inch MOA, like, I think I want to build that gun for the channel, just to have, because I don't own it. I own Voodoo, Rimex, CZs. I've had Tikas, Brigard. I've had it all. I got most of it. I own 90% of the market, but I don't own that. So, does a Lilja barrel fit in a stock MTR? The 1 inch, I think I had to inlet because I think it's only inlet for like a 0.9 something. but it's really easy to open that up. Oof. Is that probably with Area 409? I don't. It's probably a long wait with Area 409. Do you have any interest or plans on testing an MPA production gun? Top production shooter at Worlds, got third this week. Yeah, I mean, I definitely would. I just like the channel. Like, I can't afford to buy an MPA rifle to do it. The video, likely, like, just to be straight up with you, I would shoot probably $100 in ammo, and the video would probably, if it was a good video, like as far as YouTube, probably would make $30. So like, and even if I maybe like, so it's definitely like a losing, money adventure. And I got a ton of guns, so it's hard to justify buying one. Would I do a dedicated video on just it as a production gun? 100% for, I'd have to work with MPA on, the cost part of it, obviously, but I definitely would. Stoneville, North Carolina manufactures 2 different actions. Yeah, I would, if he's your buddy, yeah, shoot me an email, or maybe we can get up, like we can text IC. I probably know people who know him already, but it'd be cool if he wanted, somebody to come see what he's doing, shoot some of his guns or something like that. That'd be pretty cool, because I think we can meet up at a range, or, depending on how far, come here or there, whatever. I think we do something pretty cool with that. Oh boy, is building an unlimited BR gun right now. The thing that scares me about the unlimited BR guns is the price of the ammo, because you got to shoot, you got to have good ammo. Like, the good thing is it's 50 yards and it can be tuned. So that's what I'm really interested in too. I think that would make a great host for a gun to shoot on the channel to test things. Like, an unlimited BR gun is probably the ultimate gun to test like ammo and some other accessory type things with, because it's not a repeater, so inherently it's going to be better at consistently igniting rounds, which is what we need to do. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Watch every video. Love to see a dedicated video on 22 art or the gap grind. Yeah, I would love to say that I'm going to film a lot at the gap grind. Probably not. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm actually going to spend some money and get one of these like DJI cameras, like literally a camera that I can just like hand to somebody or stick to something to capture some video, because I've learned my lesson. Like, I can't hand a Sony mirrorless camera to a lot of people and expect them to get, because it's so open-ended, like, and it does pretty good, in like auto mode, but I think I'm gonna look at some other options to try and get more of this video stuff from the stuff that I'm doing that you guys aren't seeing. You guys aren't seeing me shoot these DMR matches, and it's not 22, but I think it's a good match, and I think you guys would enjoy it. And I've been like really competitive with it, and it's something I'm trying to win the series in my division in, and I got a good chance of doing it. So I think it would be cool to bring you guys along, because I'm shooting a lot of pistol, a lot of DMR. I've got the 22 arc stuff. I've shot a couple like practice matches, and yeah, I mean, it would be cool to bring you guys on. So I think that's probably my next move when I get a little bit of channel money, is to buy something easy to hand off to somebody to capture some decent quality footage to do on the channel. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for that. Wonder if you could go to laser ammo and targets might bring ammo makers to rethink. Yeah, but it takes, like, honestly, a lot of the fun is like, because I've had a lot of dry fire stuff, and it's just not as fun as like shooting real ammo downrange and hitting steel. You're still pursuing action shows DMRs. Yeah, I actually have a match Saturday, so maybe I can. My wife may be watching, so maybe not the time to say. Maybe I can convince her to let me go to Best Buy and buy something. My kids actually like to go with me to some of those, but I can literally hand that off to like one of my buddies and get some actual good shooting clips and stuff like that. But yeah, so we'll see. What pistol? Well, I wish I could show you guys. I can't on live stream. So I was actually, interesting thing that I've avoided on YouTube. I've been shooting 320s, and everybody knows the drama with 320s. I have like 320s. Mine have been fantastic, and I have a AXG Legion, and it shoots really well for me. Anyway, a lot of places are not allowing people to shoot that, so I'm back shooting my 226 X5 Legion, which is a great gun. It's been on the channel before. You're going to see, I'm going to try and get some footage this week of some things because I have a new dot that I'm testing on that, but that's what I'll be running. It's a really, really great kind of deal, but yeah. He also has a 280-yard range out back and 250-yard bench. Really? Semi-indoor in a shop. Dude, we got, like, why don't I freaking know this guy? Like, this guy's maybe my best friend. We haven't met yet. But yeah. In a lot of your videos, you shoot groups on the ARA Unlimited cards. You ever shoot the cards for score? Would be a good video. I have, in the past, shot some for score. I don't typically do it. I have a stack about that thick. I love those targets because they're thick. They show groups really well. They don't tear. So typically I shoot the crap out of them. Don't shoot them for score a lot because I want to shoot, a bunch of groups on them is typically what I'm testing. Yeah, it's no worries. He may not want the advertisement. And we don't have to like advertise or whatever. If he's down to at least talk or maybe show me some stuff. I'm looking to get into that eventually. I don't know what, when, where, how, or why. But yeah, maybe we could just kind of link up at some point. And yeah, you were right. 226 is the boss. Yeah, and I have the X5 Legion, the new one, and it's really good. Like, my 320 is really good. I mean, I shoot that really well. Like really, really well. And I've shot a bunch of different guns. I never shot like Atlas or like a Voodoo Priest or any of these like $5,000-$6,000 2011s, but I've shot quite a few guns, and it's really good. Do you believe that any of your guns are set up with the guns make you shoot better? Or do you think 9% kind of in PRS and NRL, the setup of the gun is a big deal. Heavier guns will stabilize faster and better. Because your job for those competitions is to minimize your input into the rifle. Get the rifle on target, make the right wind call, have your homework done, your dope, everything figured out, and then let the gun do the work. So the gun has a lot to do with that. Ultimately, it's you who has to pull the trigger and make a good trigger pull, and with the right wind correction. But yes, the gun is very important in a lot of aspects. Now, bench rest, obviously their gun super important again, but there's always a mix of the two. But what I think a really heavy, really well balanced rifle with a light trigger does that's laser accurate is allows you to make more mistakes on a shot-to-shot basis. You can get lazy behind the gun. You can make mistakes, and it's going to disguise those mistakes. Just think about if you had a bag right here or like a table, right? And you take a big old piece of steel and pop it down on that. Even though you're shaking a little bit behind it, that steel is not moving a lot because it's just this freaking solid, stable, heavy thing. Now, if you did that with like a little piece of bamboo or something, now you hold it, the end of that bamboo, you're going to see that thing going with your heartbeat. It's going to be fluttering all around. Every little movement you make is going to be exponentially worse down there. So that's the difference between like a light and a heavy rifle for PRS and those kind of things, is muting your inputs. And you'll see it on a bench. If you get behind a gun on a bench and get it into your shoulder pocket, if it's a light gun that's not like really well set up, you'll see that reticle dance with your heartbeat. And you'll notice on my videos where I have scope cam footage, you don't see that a lot. That's because the rifle is a heavier rifle and it's very stable and it's very well set up. And so you're not seeing my heartbeat, and it's there. You're just not seeing it because it can't impact the rifle. And that's the benefit. Blake Gann, Stonefield, NC info on FFL list, I think. Gotcha. Yeah, maybe I'll try and hit him up. I don't know if you're buddies or whatever, if you text him or got his, any kind of info for him. But shoot me an email either way. I'll see if I can get a hold of him. But guys, it's been an hour and a half. There's still 212 of you, which I appreciate. Think I'm going to cut it off here. I am starving. I'm going to get my midnight snack and kind of tidy up the gun room here. I know it looks good in the camera, but if you could see the disaster that is wrapping around where you can't see, it's kind of ridiculous. And yeah, look forward to hopefully having some really cool videos. I don't know if I'll be able to get the video on the L3i done for Saturday. I'm shooting a match Saturday. I know he said he's building my Stinger barreled action, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to prep for that. I don't know when that'll be done. I doubt by the end of the week, but with any luck, we will. If not, I've got some other plans, some other things. We'll get those videos. So I should have a regularly precision rimfire related video for the Saturday. I will film. I already made my mind up. I'm going to film some of this match, this DMR stuff for you guys. So you're going to see that coming up. And yeah, shoot me drop a comment on YouTube, email if there's things out there that I'm not doing that you guys are wanting to see. With the prices, I am going to probably circle back on some budget ammo and see what we can do with a tuner probably and budget ammo. Obviously, to a limited extent, but yeah, we're going to be looking at those kind of things. But yeah, appreciate all you guys for coming in here, staying in here for the chats. Over 200 again tonight. Freaking crazy. The video today seems to be doing pretty well. But yeah, let's see. Mr. Dave, see you. Have a great night. He machine stuff. You CNCs, first class rimfire guy for sure. Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll look back through these and definitely check him out. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. And as always, guys, I appreciate you. And we'll see you on the next one.